All right. What's up, everybody? I'm back once again. All right, now we're going to talk about some American cultural history and see if it might hold some possible solutions to some of the problems that we are now facing. Now, during the 1920s, for a period of time, alcohol was deemed illegal and banned in the United States. And during that time, a type of establishment called a speakeasy came into being. Also, other things like ginger ale and root beer root beer already existed, but it became very popular when alcohol was banned, basically soda type drinks. But really, I wanted to talk more about the principle of a speakeasy and how I think that that could help the situation with legalization. Because I'll be completely honest, a lot of people probably also share the view that it's kind of tacky having dispensaries all around your town and in public. And I think especially for children, it's the same as having a liquor store in your town. It's like kind of saying, oh, well, that's okay to do, right? And I think the like speakeasy aspect of that kind of solves that problem where it's allowed for adults, but it's not publicly on like a main street in town. Like I'm telling you, I went down to Denver and I'm like, well, what's the point of just replacing all the liquor stores with weed stores? Like, what's the point of that? you know? And then they got these huge like neon leaf signs. I'm like, it's tacky. It's like, it's not even like in the spirit of the culture that it came from. Like, it's not even in the spirit of it. Because, like, for instance, like, we always predicted that this would happen. We always said, oh, well, they're not going to make it legal until they can tax it. Ha ha ha. And of course. But the problem is that we had like a culture surrounding it, and we had like we didn't even develop it. It was just part of the culture that there was like a filtration system to filter out people like that couldn't, that weren't built for it. We had a filtration system that was built into the culture, and then when you commercialize it and just say anyone can just walk into a store and get it, yeah, it's going to start to cause problems. Like we were a specific type of person that did it. It was a specific type of person with a specific type of personality and capabilities. It wasn't just, oh, everybody should try it. Like, honestly, I've never told anyone they should try it, like, in my whole life. I've only done it with people who already did it. And so for me, I think that this would solve a lot of the problems. Like, not all of them, but especially, with having children being exposed to it and having it in the town and saying that it's okay, right? Having it in a more, like, how the speakeasies were. Like, here, I'll show some pictures. Basically, you can, if you watch like Malcolm X, that was a speakeasy, like where they were hanging out. And there's a bunch of other like 1920s type like gangster movies where it's like that. You've probably seen the thing where like they flip over the table and it flips over from like a poker table and everybody's gambling and drinking to like, you've probably seen that in a movie or something like that. Let's see if we got any videos of it. Oh, they just got old ones. I hate doing stuff like that. Anyway, you get the point. Basically, so it's not obvious that this is specifically what this place is for. And only the people that go there, know what it's for. And basically, nowadays things can be advertised, online or something like that, where they don't have to have a huge sign outside the front of the door with a neon leaf sign. I mean, it's very, and also I would say that moving towards making it easier for people to do like a delivery style service rather than the store itself, like a physical store. Now, this has a lot of benefits because one, it's going to lower the price. And that's part, I know that everybody wants to make the tax money. And so that way that the tax money can stay high and the overhead can go down because I've noticed that the places that have physical locations, it's much more expensive. And that's one of the problems when they tax it and the overhead and it actually costs more because like that's the problem, right? That's why there's still a black market. For example, like I went to my friend's wedding in California, and I think it was like about 2005, 2004, 2005. You know, completely legal everywhere, people smoking on the street, right? But we still ended up getting it on the black market because it was cheaper, because the stores have so much overhead and so many taxes. And so if you can reduce that overhead, allow people to reduce that overhead by, you know, going more towards a delivery service, and also having the delivery service will also reduce the amount of security, you know, because these places, they have to pay for extra police to guard their place all the time, security, cameras, this and that. And if no one knows where it's stored, then that increases the security like a lot because no one knows where it is. You know, and then have the delivery guys have like body cams or something like that. Who knows? But for security, and maybe have them have two people in a car, or even having a secured car is cheaper than trying to secure an entire store. You know, but basically, it's like we should be trying to balance how we can allow adults to use it with the least amount of exposure to children. You know, that's basically, and that's why I think that like going towards this type of like speakeasy style thing where maybe it's, you know, in a unmarked shop, you know, the shop's just not marked, or it's a shop that does something else and then it does that in the back, you know, things like that. And then like I was saying, the delivery style thing seems to be more beneficial because really the taxes is the problem, right? Because the taxes incentivizes more and more people to open shops because then they're going to make money too. And then it incentivizes the town to allow people to open more and more shops. Because like even around here, like when I moved out here 10 years ago, there were no shops, right? Now like they like took over the bank. Like they took over the bank in like the middle of town, you know? Because once you make it so that the town has incentive to, I mean, they took over the local like movie store. They were still doing like VHS when I came out here, like barely holding on. Now they're doing that, right? Like all these like everywhere you go now, like probably like every like 2 or 3 blocks, there's either a shop to get paraphernalia or something like that. And it's just like within the 10 years because it's the tax revenue, and there's no other jobs out here. It's like you can work at Walmart or you can be like a landscaper, and that's about it. And so, you know, they started popping up everywhere. And it's like, yeah, it's the tax incentive and the incentive of the town to, you know, do that. So it's going to pop up more and more because that's the incentive. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, I think that doing it this way is better because then it's like still it's saying that, look, this is not the best thing to do, you know, but when you have it like on Front Street, right on Main Street, just like a liquor store, it makes it seem socially acceptable. It seems more socially acceptable. And then of course, children see that, you know, children walking down the street see that. So yeah, I mean, that's my thing. You know, I don't think it should be on blast on Front Street, like promoted in the media. Like I'm definitely an advocate for in the media, in the mainstream media, it should be promoting, you know, just normal, healthy lifestyles, you know. But at the same time, we can't pretend that these things don't exist or that people don't have different like modes of living, and that when they are actually not doing anything morally wrong, then it's like, okay, let's not put them in jail or anything like that. But basically, I mean, that's it. I mean, you can look into speakeasies more yourself, but I'm pretty sure most people know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, that's the video. Have a good day and peace.